Look how long it took President Trump to turn the country around after Obama's miserable economic state. The same thing's going to be said about Biden.
Okay, that's all the time we have.
That's all the time we have. Might as well end on a complete lie about the economy and how it suffered under President Obama, only to be resuscitated by Trump's tax cuts that punched the middle class in the stomach. The Republican Party has been thriving off of declarations about their successes in the face of reality. I guess because the supporters that they've cultivated understand we're the best and don't understand details.
Where do we go from here? 20 seconds to defend Joe Biden, the indefensible.
We go right back to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue because we do have good academic news. But the media doesn't want to cover it. He is correct about that. He shouldn't just say, you're looking at the wrong thing. They need to communicate this better. But we got revised third quarter GDP growth up to 4.9%. Unheard of. Consumer confidence went up 14%, largest jump in a decade. Inflation is running at an annualized rate below Powell's target, which is why he's talking about a rate cut. Personal income's up. Grocery and energy prices down last month. In the Quinnipiac poll, this part of it is really important. They did a forward-looking question. What do you think 2024 is going to be like? 48% say the economy is going to be better, and 62% think that they are going to be better off in the next year. When is the election? November 2024. Democrats, make your case. There is a case to be made.
Every time Jessica Tarloff takes these guys as lunch in discussions about politics, their only response is uncomfortable laughter or dismissive one-liners, never refuting the facts that she reveals to them. But the details about this go even further. And unless someone like economist Jared Bernstein starts talking about woke, all of the facts that he delivers fly over the heads of Fox's audience.
Now, this combination of lowering inflation, and inflation is on a solid glide path back to its pre-pandemic rate. This combination of tight labor markets and easing prices has led to real wage gains. On a yearly basis, wages for mid-level workers have been beating prices for 9 months in a row. That's a trend, Mike, not a blip. Now, you reasonably ask, why isn't that reaching more Americans? Well, if we look at our two most closely watched measures of consumer sentiment, consumer confidence, they both rose big time in December. One was up 10%, the other a whopping 14%. Now, that's 1 month. That's not yet a trend. But it's certainly suggestive that the measures that this president is taking to help provide support and relief to families like the one he grew up in are working, and that people are starting to feel it.
The sad part is that since reality is so hard to come by, simple talking points that claim the opposite with no facts to back it up, those gain traction. And Republican communication advisors like this guy are in the business of communicating whatever they want to convince voters to reject policies that might actually work for them.
The economy, inflation is tough. Their financial status is tough. Young people are in more credit card debt than ever. In terms of retirement, they have less saved, and they just have less saved for basic emergencies like medical bills, car repair, those type of things. And so you're seeing here a political realignment by President Trump, whether it is young voters coming back to him because of the dissatisfaction of the economy. They like how he handled the economy. Mortgage rates were better. Inflation was lower. So you're seeing this with Hispanic voters and all across the case.
Let me just stop you, because you're making a jump. The fact that they're against Biden doesn't necessarily mean that they're pro-Trump, particularly on issues like you mentioned on the Middle East.
The only thing left is for results to continue to come in. And as the election year progresses, if the economy looks good, you'll definitely hear from the Biden camp about it. And we'll also hear a lot from Republicans looking for a way to distract people from even noticing it.
So certainly the economy, with your average voter wanting to buy a first home, wanting to be able to save the retirement, those type of things, start a family, which is very important. They are dissatisfied with Biden, and I think they remember the strong economy under President Trump.